Welcome to the Rangers Roads audio series, brought to you by freeconference.com and the Regimental Council of the Queen's York Rangers, 1st American Regiment, located in Toronto and Aurora, Ontario. We hope you enjoy your experience as you listen to the passage, Fort York. The Rangers Roads stories are written and recorded by members of the Queen's York Rangers family.
Old Fort York, Toronto's early military establishment. In 1793, Lieutenant Governor John Graves Simcoe authorized the garrison on the present site of Fort York, just west of the mouth of Garrison Creek on the northwestern shore of Lake Ontario. Simcoe recognized Toronto was an ideal site for settlement and defense because of its natural harbor and longer distance from the United States. Fort York guarded the western entrance to the bay. Simcoe had decided to make Toronto, which he renamed York, the capital of Upper Canada. The government, the first Parliament buildings, and the town were established 1.5 miles east of the fort, near the foot of present-day Parliament Street. During the War of 1812, in the Battle of York, on April 27, 1813, U.S. Army and Naval forces attacked York from Lake Ontario, overrunning the garrison. As the British abandoned the fort, they set the powder magazine to blow up, killing or wounding several hundred U.S. soldiers, including General Zebulon Pike, for whom Pike's Peak is named. During their 5-day occupation, the Americans destroyed what was left of the garrison and burned much of the settlement of York, including the Parliament buildings. They had defeated the outnumbered British, Canadian, and First Nation forces, but with the loss of many more lives. Following several more U.S. raids over the summer, the British garrison returned to York and rebuilt the fortifications, most of which are still standing today. The rebuilt fort was sufficient to repel a further attempted invasion in 1814. The British Army occupied Fort York from 1793 and transferred the site to the Government of Canada in 1869, shortly after Canadian Confederation. The Department of Militia and Defence continued to use the site as a military establishment until 1880, and again during the First and Second World Wars. The site was threatened in 1905 by a proposed streetcar route to the CNE, which would have divided the fort property in two. Following an outcry, the line was not built through the fort. Later in 1909, the Department of Militia and Defence transferred the property to the City of Toronto, with the provision that the city would preserve the fort's historic structures. On May 25, 1923, the fort was established as a National Historic Site of Canada. The city undertook restoration work, and the fort was opened to the public in 1934.
We hope you enjoyed learning about Fort York. To learn more about the Regimental Council of the Queen's York Rangers, visit www.qyrang.ca.